Hello. Hey, how you doing?
Thanks.
So I'm a little late.
No worries.
Um, Obviously, I want to talk to you about the DLT as well as uh, support as it relates to outreach opportunities. Um, let's see. So first of all, how are you doing? That's the first thing. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'll start.
Okay.
I'm doing okay under the circumstance. It's been, let's see, we went through, it's like maybe three weeks ago we talked.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
had a lot going on. We had crazy stuff at work still, but we had the national election, and and this pandemic continues. So
the pandemic continues, and it looks like we're going to. There may be a shutdown of the nation.
Yeah, it's not going in the right direction.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So it's not going in the direction that we hope. I mean, we won't know the impact of this corona until they are more transparent about the economy. Right now, we are still uncertain. We know it's bad, but we don't know to what extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we certainly are have plenty of challenges ahead of us.
Totally.
Whether it's social and our community and our nation and our workplace. So get our hands full.
Yeah.
You know what?
Uh-huh.
We got things to work on. So
totally.
So how's work going? How's the service planning environment?
We are working in the red. We're definitely short-staffed. We're challenged with a lot of resources because of if it's not the PSPS, then we have a lot of commitments as it relates to from the bankruptcy in regards to our facilities, making sure it's hardened and stuff. So service planning resources are competing with resources as it relates to some of the commitment things that we promised. So a lot of customers are not very happy, and we're having to deal with not only internal issues as it relates to resources, but also what is being communicated outside with PG&E as it relates to San Bruno, the bankruptcy, PSPS, wildfire, and so on and so forth. So, and then now we have this reorg. Now we're having to deal with now.
Yeah.
To add to,
Has the reorg? Are there specific aspects of reorg that are coming to your work group? I haven't really heard about that yet.
Well, not necessarily. I'm in the union, so we were a contract was ratified that the union employees will be protected for the next 4 years, and in the event, let's say PG&E gets taken over by someone, which is a long process. I guess there's a couple of things that need to happen for that to happen. Whoever takes over, worst case scenario, that the union employees will still be protected and would not lose their jobs.
Sure.
So that's where the union members stand as relates to what's going on with the reorg.
Yeah. And so I don't know, the regionalization and plan reorganization are issues. There's more to come from that, but I'm curious that were you able to participate in that focus group that I think was yesterday?
Yeah, the rebranding.
Right.
Yeah, the rebranding. There's mixed messages as it relates to rebranding the company and wanting to understand the why behind it. I think that people will be skeptical as it relates to why, after so many, almost a century, being PG&E, and then all of a sudden wanting to change the name. Now, let's say if PG&E had to split electric and gas commodities, totally makes sense. But to put resources into rebranding when there's so many needs, it just seems as if the resources can be put in better use. Because if you're going to rebrand, then you need to also change things within the company as well. Then you're just changing the paint, and really nothing has really changed.
Yeah, I'm curious. I know a few others that that we're planning to be. I haven't talked with, you're the first one I've talked with that is actually was part of the focus group, and we're doing these throughout the territory. So, but thanks for giving your input.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's no easy answer.
No, it's a heavy lift, and it's not simplistic. It's not a one. You can't just answer with one answer. I think it requires a collective effort on many fronts, and you definitely need support from many stakeholders for that to occur, and people to buy in. So, I mean, you're talking about from top down, bottom up, and sideways.
Yeah, right. And we're still looking for a CEO and a president, and they
Well,
might have different opinions.
Yeah, so I mean, it's, and I understand why, but people may take that as you're trying to move on from responsibility because of what has happened in the past. But I understand why you want to rebrand, because you want to turn over a new leaf and start off fresh. But it's really sensitive, and you have to be cautious about how you're going to impact those who have been hurt in the past. So it's complicated.
Yeah, it is, and it's like, well, this may be partly driven by, internal PG&E thoughts, but it's also, pretty significant influence from the regulator and from the governor. I think the governor wants to be able to show that he's, making a definable change, and he's the one that's called for the name change or the takeover. But
takeover? That's takeover and name change are two different things.
Yeah, but they sort of get commingled. I don't know. So
it sounds complicated, and we're not privy to the table, and that's where I was.
That's not a Dexx and Don thing.
And that's what I brought up at the focus group is that that's a heavy lift, and I wish I was at the table to understand, because people will be skeptical.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, there's no solution. That's for sure. And we'll be. Anyways.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
No. I did see in the Daily Digest or the PG&E Communication, forget what it's called, but there's Michael Lewis is doing a final employee discussion group. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh.
It's next Thursday.
Oh, did the Daily Digest? I didn't see the Daily Digest.
Hold on. Let me take, because I remember we talked about it. I remember joking that I could introduce you to Michael.
Oh, right.
Well, I don't really know him that well, but
right.
It's the PG&E Corporate Communication.
Oh, PG&E Corporate. Okay. Okay. Yeah. What?
You probably get this, but if you don't, it is. So I just forwarded the email, and it's pretty far down the list of things they're communicating about. But it mentions that Michael Lewis is doing a discussion with employees next Thursday.
What was selective employees or?
I think it's like a. Let me see. I'm gonna search down and find it. Okay, it's a join the National Society of Black Engineers Network for a final chat with Michael Lewis. The event will take place Thursday. It's probably a Teams.
Yeah, it would be a team.
And you can submit questions, etc.
Oh,
next Thursday, 9 a.m.
Yeah, if you could send that to me, that'd be awesome.
I just forwarded the email. You should get it, and then it's buried down it's not real. I sent it by email. It's the PG&E Corporate Communications Daily Digest.
Okay, yeah, I see it now. Cool. So I'll read it after our meeting. But I don't want to take too much of your time, because I know you're a busy guy. But I just want to pretty much follow up with you as relates to the DLT.
Sure.
So, and once again, I do want to appreciate letting me present. So I really appreciate that. To have a question for you in regards to this. So, were there any conversations, or did anyone reach out to you about it?
Not that I recall.
Okay.
I generally chat with amongst my team, the local customer experience team. That's like Regina and Belinda. We each talk about the meeting and follow up, and our comments both. That glad that you were able to participate. And I would say that we meet generally once a month, or generally Wednesday. This month is more stringent recently.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'll reach out to the board members to get their take on that. And I do appreciate you providing. And my question to you is, you don't have that policy handy?
What was it? Microsoft Teams. It's it came out like on a Daily Digest.
Yeah.
It was just a blurb I remember reading, so I don't know if it's a formal policy, but it described it. I don't know if it is. Oh, so I don't know. Yeah, I do recall hearing about it, and because we do a lot of with PSPS events and with OEC and EOC, and we do a lot of training, and we had to encounter how we used to always record them, and there's been restrictions on or discouraging people from using the recording feature. So I would think it's more possible for the kind of event, because for that same purpose, we have field employees that you're trying to reach, and they might have to listen. They might not have access at noon to 1 at their job site to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So I think there's kind of a basis for why you want to record, and it might be good music too.
Oh, no. Well, I definitely want you to participate then, because you would leave it saying it is good music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make. On my calendar.
Okay.
Oh, not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Oh.
So I would if once it's sent out, I'll forward it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, it is good music, and you would. It's a good feel. I think it's like I mentioned earlier, is to get people together during these times. People are told to stay away.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. And sorry to interrupt, but if you talk about it on the DLT meeting on Wednesday,
okay,
and you forward the invite, I'll send a reminder on Thursday saying, hey, for this, you heard about this in the meeting yesterday. Just sending this to you again if you want to share it with some of your employees.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So again, the more times we put it in front of people, just like anything, you got to hear it more than once.
Reach and frequency. Yeah. I do have one more question. You did mention that you mentioned my name to some of the San Jose employees. When I had asked you about, were there any conversation, or did anyone reach out to you? And I think you alluded to that you had a meeting and you mentioned my name or something.
Well, I meet with my immediate team, and you may know some of them. Regina Saldana, Belinda Martinez, Charlene Wada.
Yeah.
I mean, we prep for the DLT. We basically facilitate the DLT meeting.
Yeah.
And so they knew that you were going to be on the agenda, and we follow up afterwards and we'll see if there's action items. So it would have been, passing comments, that certainly you participated and you thought there was positive comments.
Okay, fair enough.
That you were able to join, and
yes,
good addition. And that, I know why. It's because I asked Belinda to add you to the distribution roster.
Okay.
We were updating that. I said, that's so. It was in that context that we talked about you.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So I guess I will still need to reach out to people. I need to figure out another communication means for the San Jose chapter. But yeah, and I do appreciate you allowing me to discuss this with you and see what I can do to to promote the ERG in the San Jose and the other offices.
Yeah, absolutely. Are are there other ERG networks that you also work with? I know that some things you do independently and others that you combine with.
I did reach out to the other Black ERG champions throughout the system, but
Okay.
I haven't talked to other ERG champions for other ERGs outside.
The other, there's an Asian group of,
right.
And
No.
there's several. Yeah, I think that through that network, I don't know, probably your employee resource group program manager or program lead could connect.
Oh, you're talking about Dion.
We're all trying to promote your groups in different ways. It's probably some good practices that others might have.
You're right. Yeah, I did get some practices. One pain point I did discover was that the ERGs are not engaging with employees or even members because of what's going on.
Well, it's hard.
Yeah, I understand. So the next best thing is to utilize the tools that we do have in the interim,
right?
Which is the team. So. And that's where I'm at, and also to dispense information and make sure that people are abreast of what's going on and any opportunities or development or mentorship, all these things, trying to figure out what are some of the pain points and what some of the opportunities are out there. So that's what I'm working on.
Okay. Yep, sounds good. All right, well, you'll be on our DLT meeting, and I'll look for getting the invite for next Thursday or for next Friday.
Okay.
And feel free to reach out anytime.
Okay. Once again, thank you, Don.
You bet, Dex.
Okay.
You go by Dexter or Dex?
People call me Dex, so I mean,
okay.
Well, yeah.
That's what I thought. I mean,
yeah.
I think your emails say Dex.
That's correct.
I don't want to do informal, but
right. Right.
All right. All right, Dex.
Well,
good talking to you, and thanks for taking this on. It's an important part of our society and of our company, and I appreciate the efforts you're putting in. Hope I can be of help to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, man.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye-bye.